Hello. So, as you might have noticed, I will have a class about money and entities coming up really soon, in about a week and a half. And these two topics are one of my favorite topics to talk about: money, entities, spirit world, receiving. And at the same time, these are often also very hard topics to talk about, since just the mentioning of these words often bring up a lot of stuff. So what do you notice when I say money, entities, receiving? Do you put your barriers up? Do you go into like, no, 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 no? What is your reaction? And if you have really strong reactions towards anything, that reaction is actually a barrier. Any reaction that you have will blind you. When you react to something really strongly, you will put these blinders on, which will prevent you from having awareness. So how much do you react to money? When somebody mentions money, or you have some money related situation, change in your money flows, how much do you go into reaction, and then you go deeper into the rabbit hole of not being able to change it because you don't have enough awareness to change it, because you are in that reaction behind all the walls and barriers. Same with entities. And then also, just to leave that topic on a side already, you can ponder on it yourself, to talk about also about autonomy. I don't even know how to pronounce that word, but when you are autonomous, you know, the thing where you make yourself separate from everything. You put your walls and barriers up because you are maybe in a reaction, or because you've decided that you are independent, you can handle it yourself, nobody has to help you. You are so strong that you can do it all by yourself. But did you know that the real strength is in receiving? Being able to receive help from anything and everyone who would like to gift to you. So when you go behind these autonomy walls of making yourself really separate and not receiving anything from anyone or anything, you're actually in a really weak position. You make yourself weaker than what you actually are. Trying to do everything by yourself, how much do you get done? Or if you received help from others, how much bigger could you create? If we look at, for example, a business, if it's a one-person business, it will have an entirely different impact in a world compared to like 10 people or 100 people or 500 people. And it's not just that 1 + 1 is 2, it often is more like 1 + 1 is 10. That's what happens when you receive from anything in any kind of situation, whether it is your business, your life in general, in your relationships, in your entire life. So I'm really excited about the fact that this is a new thing in Access, and we get to explore the topics of money and entities, spirit world, receiving, and really lowering your walls and barriers and the need to be so autonomous that you reject everything. I had some interesting things recently in my life where things did not go as I had planned that they would go, and goodness, tough times. And then I realized, because I was like, oh my god, like, you know, I require some help, like please, like who could contribute? And then all the money that I have showed up and was like, hey, I'm here. Would you receive? Can you, like, would you let me contribute to you? And I was like, what? So do you let money take care of you? Do you let money contribute to you? Or is it something that you have to work for and it's really hard and you hate talking about it because it's so energy consuming? But is it because that's the nature of money, or is it because you have a point of view that money is not allowed to take care of you? And I have been doing Access Consciousness using these tools for the past 10 years now. Just had my 10-year anniversary. one of the first tools that I learned was the 10% account. So you put 10% away of everything that comes in. You don't use it for anything. You just let it be there so that you can practice having money. I started doing that right then when I started, and I had no money. I was literally making a couple €100 a month. But I still started using these tools because I was like, well, I gotta change this. Like, this isn't how I want to live. And there is this tool that is kind of really simple and does require some commitment though, but I'm gonna give it a go. So I started putting 10% away of everything that came in, like whatever way the money would show up in my life, whatever amount, I would put 10% away. Even if I put like 10 cents away, I would do that. And after in the first months or the year or a couple of years, it doesn't really feel like anything. It doesn't have any oh my God, everything's different. Although I did notice more money starting to come in. But then after committing to this for quite some time, 10 years now it's a different energy. Now it is this entirely different, I don't even know how to describe that, almost like a being, like a really big being that is there living in my bank accounts and in other forms. And all that energy is there. It is something that I chose, something I accumulated over the years by my consistent commitment to do that, and not to judge it, not to be like, I don't know if it's working. I was like, I'm gonna just see, let's see if it works. And in this situation that I was recently in, and I was like, oh my God, I require some help here. All of this 10% account, all the money, all the energy, because that's what money is, it's energy. All that energy that I had accumulated there over the past 10 years, it showed up. And it was like, I'm having your back, like I'm here. And I didn't have the sense that I am going to have to use the 10% account, but I also knew that, well, if I really have to, I can. And that made this huge change for me, huge difference in this situation. And I was able to get through it and get to a very different space with everything, and also to learn that, oh my goodness, money is an energy that is so willing to contribute to whoever is willing to receive. So are all kinds of entities, all the beings, all the spirits. They are also huge beings that wish to have your back. Do you let them? So not to go any further into all these different energies, we will dive more in at the entities and money, or money and entities class that's coming up soon online. It has no prerequisites, so everyone is welcome. Even if you have points of view about entities, even if you have points of view about money, that's actually exactly what the class is for, so that you can get over with your points of view, so that you can let everything that wishes to take care of you and to contribute to you to come into your life. So, what kind of future would you like to create? Is it the kind of future that it's enough to have one person creating it? Or would it help if you had support, if you had contribution, if you had help, maybe from money, maybe from entities, maybe from people who currently have bodies? They're also entities, but they just have bodies right now, So if you'd like to create a bigger future where more people, more things are allowed to contribute to you because they want to, you are so warmly invited to this class. It's in English, maybe with translation. If you require translation, let me know. And I hope to see you on Sunday, December 22nd.